Being called an Uber for airline travel. For $2,000 a month, the startup, Beacon, offers flights to cities like Boston or vacation spots like the Hamptons. Cheryl Casoni went to see if it's worth your money. Roll tape.
So here I am at the Westchester Airport. What I'm doing today is I'm checking out what they're calling the Uber for jet travel. You have your phone, you got the app, you dial up, and you get on the plane, sometimes within 30 minutes. Let's go check it out. All right, Corey, so let's talk about this. So you've already been doing this on the West Coast. So what can people expect if they get the app, download the app? Let's talk about it. It's $2,000 a month, right?
$2,000 a month.
What does that get me?
$2,000 a month gets you 4 flight passes. So the best way to explain it is it's similar to Netflix. Each flight pass lets you book 1 flight. As soon as you've used that flight, you can book another one with that flight pass. So at any time, you can have 4 flights booked out for yourself.
And who's your customer? What kind of person do you think is going to be flying on the plane besides me?
It's a pretty expansive range. Anybody that's traveling back and forth for business on a regular basis, they have a second home that they're traveling to on a regular basis. We've seen people that run the gamut, students even, that are coming home on the weekend to visit their parents.
Okay, those are some rich parents. All right, Corey. All right, well, I think I'm kind of ready to go. You're going to take me on a little flight, right?
Let's do it, yeah.
You have seatbelts, right?
We do have seatbelts, absolutely.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
See you in the air. About the flight itself, because it seems like we're flying kind of low. Is it always going to be like that? Or?
Yeah, right now we're pretty low, but we just took off. So we fly at about 20,000 feet. Again, comparable to a commercial flight.
And how long are the flights on average that people can expect?
So New York to Boston, it's about 45 minutes. And then you save a lot of time on either end, where you show up 10 to 15 minutes before the flight, and we get you right on your way as soon as we land. It's a simple experience, and that's really what we've focused on, is working through the process of travel and stripping out all of the pain points. So you can book in 10 to 20 seconds, as quickly as you can say where you want to go and when you want to go there.
If there's a seat on a plane, I can fly every day for the month if I want.
Exactly.
All for $2,000.
Exactly.
Because I like to fly a lot. I'm a former flight attendant.
As long as there's a seat on the plane, you can take it. It's yours at no additional cost.
Okay, so Beacon hasn't officially launched yet. They're planning on opening in late summer. They're going to fly between New York, Boston, Nantucket, and the Hamptons, East Hampton, but they're hoping to add in D.C., Philadelphia, and Albany very soon, along with some seasonal spots, Stuart, for the winter time. They're going to switch it up.
I like the shades, by the way.
Welcome back. This is one of the most hottest areas in tech. It's called 3D printing. Wow, it's really evolving rapidly. And as it does, it's becoming more accessible to the public. And we've got Cheryl Casoni. She went to check it out, and she's talking to a new company and how it's using 3D printing to make a very unique souvenir you may want to consider for Christmas time. Cheryl.
So full 3D body images of people. And people like this? What do they do with these little figurines? What's the most popular use of them?
People love them. It's really an emotional purchase.
How did you hear about getting a 3D printed doll of yourself?
We heard about this company through a VC friend of ours, and we kind of check it out. And Samantha just passed her year at the company, so this is to commemorate that.
So what's the first step?
First of all, I need you to pick a size that you'd like yourself to be printed as.
Well, I don't know. What are my options?
So we've got 4 inches here all the way up to 14 inches.
And these have names, don't they?
This is a buddy, a bestie, a doobie, boss, and a diva.
I feel like I'm a good boss. I think Stuart would be a good diva. We'll talk about that for next time. I'm going to be the boss. Let's go.
Now we have to figure out how you want to pose when you get scanned.
Okay, is there a good way to pose or a bad way to pose?
There's never a bad way to pose.
Okay, got my Fox Business logo.
Front and center.
Ready to go.
All right.
Okay.
If you're happy with that, I'm happy with that. So let's get you inside the duplicator. So come on in, stand in the middle for me with your feet shoulder width apart.
Okay.
And you're going to look straight at this camera.
Okay.
And then you had, yes, exactly like that, hand on your hip. All I'm going to do now is count 3, 2, 1, take the scan, we'll check if you like it, and if you do, you're all set. All right? 3, 2, 1. All right, you're all set. Let's check out the scan.
Oh, okay. That was easy. All right.
So here's your scan. We'll scroll through all 54 images that we've taken, and you can tell us whether you like it or not.
Okay, there's 54 images that you shot here.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And then do you use every image?
Every single one.
So basically, you're going to have like your own, it's going to be the Samantha Barbie. You're going to have your own Barbie doll.
Yes, I will.
Dreams do come true. It's amazing.
Okay, so that retail location is in New York City. There's LA. They're going to be expanding all across the country, some international locations as well. And yes, this is the Cheryl Casoni doll. This is about $110. I mean, these really aren't that expensive. A lot of people are doing their families, their animals, things together like that. So yes, for the holidays, you too can have a very strange likeness of yourself.
That's really interesting. And I hope you get a 3D printed bonus check for you.
Yeah.
On properties, yeah, a lot goes into designing a house, but now developers have one more worry: art. Cheryl Casoni took an inside look at how developers are trying to keep up.
So it's no secret that millions of dollars have been flowing into real estate here in New York City, but now on a global basis, it's not about the couch or the carpet or the wall. It's about this. Basically, people are buying homes that can accommodate their art.
Very often that is the case, and they're storing their art in some of their homes as well. So developers had to start thinking of a way to create space that the main buyer out there was interested in.
We've done exactly that. So the proportions of the rooms, the wall space, rather than have too many windows, we wanted to make sure we had great walls for art. Then the walls are reinforced so that people can hang art, because a lot of the art's heavy. And then there's gallery lighting, which you see is put in by a gallery lighting consultant that does a lot of work in Chelsea's art galleries and museums.
Okay, so now we're on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. We were in Chelsea before. What is so unique about this building with regards to art?
This building was designed by Robert Stern, and his inspiration was what New Yorkers consider to be the greatest architect of all time, which is Candela. Candela's rooms were huge, high-ceilinged rooms, big volumes of space. Long before the new development was developed, art collectors put tons of paintings and art on their walls, as you can see. Look at the kind of volume this is, and look at the amount of art that this can hold.
Even in places like Hong Kong, in London, this trend of having luxury buildings and artwork together is happening in those cities as well. So it's not just New York.
Completely, not at all. Art consultants, art directors are having a lot of say in terms of how buildings are built. Developers are going for advice to the art world. There are art fairs all the time in that place. Art is permeating the capitals of the world now, and you see it everywhere.
Yeah, you see it everywhere. Cheryl Casoni is with us now. Now, wait a second. It was one of those buildings that you went into strictly for looking and putting art on the walls?
The first one is a building down in Chelsea, and the entire building, the entire development, which he was the builder that I interviewed, is made for art. Every single apartment. That is exactly why they built the building, the specific terms of the building.
You're talking about the uber, the mega rich. I mean, you're talking $50 to $100 million and up from there.
Yes, because they've got millions of dollars in art in their collections, and they want it displayed and cared for, and they want to hang it on $1 million walls. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Good story. Yeah, they started trading earlier today. It is a winner. The offering price was $20 a share. It's now at $30.22. Now, how good a health tracker is Fitbit? We set out to try it out. Cheryl Casoni tried it out with a run in Central Park. Look at this.
It is Fitbit IPO day. But here's the question. Does Fitbit really work? Well, I've got the brand new Surge on my arm. I'm going to do some running in Central Park here in New York City. But I brought in the expert to tell me if Fitbit actually works. Dr. Mark Siegel is joining me right now. So what do we think of this so far?
I'm pretty impressed with the technology here, and it's measuring a lot of different things. Why do you use it?
Well, I want to know my heart rate. It's going to tell me how much I run today, my distance, and how many calories I burn, most importantly. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
All right, let's start running.
How do you feel?
Good.
What does it say your heart rate is?
158.
Let me see what I get. Yeah, it's about 155. It's about the same. Very
So it's
similar.
about right?
Yeah, and it's regular.
What do you think of the Fitbit so far? I mean, how do you feel about it? It's like what it told us today on my run.
You know, I really like it because it measures a lot of things we really need to know about. Does it motivate you?
Uh-huh.
Does it motivate you to run?
It kind of does. That's why I like. This is why I actually own one.
Deep breath. All right, I'll send you my bill. A lot more for a house call.
Wait, Stuart Varney's picking up the tab today. I didn't tell you that?
Well, I think he can afford it. I'll send it to him.
Okay, I'm going to finish my run, and I'm going to see if the GPS tracker is accurate on the Fitbit Surge. Cassoni, out.
All right, well, she's here right now, live and in living colour. Did it work? Wait a minute. Did it track what it was supposed to track accurately?
Yes. The GPS tracker was actually on the money because I know that park really well because I run there a lot. And then also my heart rate was in just a few beats of what Dr. Siegel actually measured after my run was over. So, yeah, it was actually pretty dead on. And I was skeptical going into
it told you how many calories you'd burned as well?
It tracks my calories and it tracks my steps. It tracks my sleep. I'm following everything. I've had this on for 2 days, thanks to your producers. And I've really enjoyed it.
Okay, case closed. And you won't just put it in a sock drawer and
I'm going to return it to the company.